Good morning, students. Myself, Mrs. Afna Khan from Mothers International Academy. Welcome you all on the e-platform of learning. Today, I'm going to explain you chapter 1 from Civics, Diversity. So, let's start the chapter. For the explanation, I'm using your social science book that so many students are not having, I think. So, I'm sending video of that book. I hope it will be helpful for you. So, first of all, I want to give you explanation of the topic diversity. I'm going to explain you that what is the meaning of the word diversity. So, let's start. The state of being different from one another and of being unique is called diversity. It means that diversity is basically the term which we can say is being different from one another. Many people or things what we can see in our day-to-day life are different from each other. Diversity can be in terms of gender, language, ideologies, culture, religion, faith, and etc. Now I'm going to give you one example. This will make it easy to understand the term diversity. See, you can see so many students are there in your class. They are different in language, religion, physical features. Their hobbies are different. Their ideologies are different. They are having different talents. This is known as diversity. You all students are different from one another. Simply, this is diversity. So, now I want to move to the next topic. Next example actually. You can see diversity in your society also. How? When you are living in a society, you can see that you are having different type of neighbors. They are having different type of eating habits. They used to wear different types of clothes, different types of faith they are having. This is called diversity in the society. In the same way, we will move to the level of country, and it is called the diversity in the country or the diversity in India. So many times you all have heard these words that India is a land of diversity. So today our main topic is India as a land of diversity. But before that, one more thing I'm going to explain you that diversity and inequality are two different things. Just start. Diversity should not be compared with inequality. In inequality, unequal distribution of wealth, property, opportunity to go to school, occupations, different occupations and earning different amount of money. This is called inequality among the people. Being unequal doesn't mean being diverse. On one hand, inequality is not admirable in the society, while the diversity is necessary to be in the society and it should be promoted. So let's move on to the next topic, which is India, the land of diversity. You can see in the video also, I'm showing you the pages of your book. If you are not having the books, it will help you. I hope so. So you can see in the video, I'm showing you India, the land of diversity. So many things you can see with red color. As you can see geographical diversity, you can see economic diversity, you can see cultural, social diversity. Now one by one, I'm going to explain you each of the topic. The first one is geographical diversity. In class 4, you all have studied, there are 6 different types of physical features in India. For example, the northern plains, the northern mountains, the plateau area, the desert area, the coastal plains, the islands, etc. So you can easily understand that there are different type of physical features in India, and it is called the geographical diversity. Understood? And this geographical diversity is also responsible for having different type of wildlife and vegetation. Now next, move to the next topic. This is economic diversity. You can see in India the economic condition of people is influenced by the geographical features of that particular region. People who are living in the northern plains, they are involved in the agricultural activities, and they are having the main occupation, and their main occupation is farming. In the same way, the people who are living in Maharashtra, they are having most of the people are involved in industrial activities. So the people who are living in the coastal areas, they are involved in the fishing industries, or they used to do fishing, and this is their main occupation, and they are having different economical status for this reason. This is called economic diversity. Now let's move. And if the people are having different economical standards, it is also known as economical diversity. Now the next topic is cultural social diversity. This is very important topic, students. Let's see. I had given you one question regarding this, and so many students were having problem in this topic. So let's see this. Cultural diversity. As you can see, the culture belongs to our religion, our territory, our region, our religion which we follow. So cultural diversity is basically means the customs, the food we eat, the clothes we wear, the festivals we celebrate, all these things belongs to the cultural social diversity. If we eat different type of food, this is called cultural diversity. If we are wearing different type of clothes, it is known as cultural diversity. If we are celebrating different types of festivals, it is known as cultural diversity. So let's move on to the next topic. I hope you all understood all these things. Now religious diversity is our next topic. So the people in India, they follow different religion. This is called religious diversity. The major religions which are being followed in India, you all know: Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Sikh, Buddhist, Jains, Zoroastrian, and others. You all are knowing this. So let's finish this topic. India is a land of diversity, and move to the next topic. And the next topic is what diversity adds to our life. This means that why diversity is important for us. Why diversity is important. In the very beginning of the chapter, I told you this, that diversity should be promoted. Diversity should be promoted. Why should we promote diversity? Why is it important, and what it gives us? It is very important, students. I am showing you the whole paragraph. You can read it from here. First of all, diversity adds different colors in our lives. It gives different features to our life, with which our life becomes colorful. These are the basic things which are important, but I'm giving you some more reasons. First of all, I want to say that diversity makes us tolerant and open-minded. Now, what is the meaning of tolerant? Tolerant means we can accept different type of people in our life, and it will make us open-minded. Then we can accept different type of culture and language and religion with which we can live. So this is very important. Diversity adds variety and enjoyment to our life. The diversity makes India a truly amazing place to live. We can proudly say that there is no country like India. which is having different type of colors and different type of culture in its territory. Now let's move to the next topic. As you can see, we are comparing two states, Kerala and Ladakh, in front of you. As you can see, why we are comparing Kerala and Ladakh? Because Kerala and Ladakh are having different type of geographical condition, and they are having different food habit, their different religions they are following. So we can compare these two states, and with these two examples the word diversity will be more clear to you. So I would like to say that if you are having the book, you can study about these two states, so that you will understood the topic diversity. Now the last topic which we have to study is unity in diversity. We all are knowing that India is full of diversities, but still India is a united country with all the positive feelings. India is a land of diversity, but a united nation, united as a nation. So you can see here, India is a perfect example of a diverse nation with people hailing from many different religions, speaking so many languages, yet holding on to their inherent culture and characteristic. So many things are there which we Indians feel proud that we are living in India as a united nation, beside having different type of diversities. Now at last, one more topic I'm going to explain you, that is features signifying the unity of India. That means what are the things which makes us united. So for this I want to take help from the notes that I send you. You can see in the video the features signifying the unity of India. You can see the 4 points. Our national anthem is a symbol of unity. Our national song Vande Mataram is a symbol of unity. Our national flag or the tricolor is a symbol of unity. Nextly, the whole India is following the same constitution. This reflects the unity of India. And the freedom struggle, which you all will study in the further classes also. The story, when you are going to study about the freedom struggle, you will see that people of different religion fought for the freedom of the country. So these all are the things which make India as a united nation, beside having diversities in its territory. So that is all about this chapter. I hope my explanation is going to help you to understand the chapter. Thank you very much for listening to me.